Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. I hope you're all doing well and I hope you're all having a great time. I hope you're having a great season. All we could ask for, guys, is one season without any kind of disruptions, problems, but for the past 3 seasons, it's just become kind of a second nature for the game. But we just have to live with it. We just have to kind of adapt and see what we can do best. That's all we can do, guys, and that's what I've been trying to do. There was a plan to wildcard in game week 9, but I preponed my plan by 1 week, so it doesn't make that much of a difference to me. But I think I had a very weak team. It was kind of struggling to get it, to get decent 10 or 11 players without having to take hits. I had like 2 Brighton players, 2 Chelsea players. I had 3 Liverpool players, and it was getting a bit difficult. And when you're too stretched, I think that is the time when you feel you need to wildcard. In hindsight, you can always think about different things, but it's just you just have to kind of go with the flow sometimes. Hey Todd, hey Ashish, Geeta, Barry, Michael, Pro. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. So, guys, today's stream, as you can see, is going to be revolving more around the wildcard, because I've been wildcarding and a lot of other players as well been wildcarding as well. So if you ask me whether my team is locked, my team is not locked as of now, guys. I'm still debating between 2 or 3 drafts that I've made. This is the draft which is the closest to one I really want, so that is why I'm showing this on the screen, but doesn't mean this is final. So really, if you if you want to see my final team, you're gonna have to wait until the deadline or close to the deadline, guys. Otherwise, if you kind of consider this as my final draft without me confirming, then that's not gonna be right. Hey Jackson, hey Sudeep. Sudeep says, did you wildcard? Yes, I wildcarded, yes. Dominic says, would you start Andreas over Madison? No, I would start Madison over Andreas, especially if you have Mitrovic. I think you still start the better player. I think Madison is the better player. Also, you've got Todd says, I smell drama. I'm not gonna refuse, my friend. The trumpets could be out by the end of the deadline, but the thing is, I've been tinkering all day since yesterday night. I've tried all the permutations and combinations, guys, so it's not like I've not tried anything for my team. It's like I've tried everything, and so whatever I'm showing you, whatever I'm telling you, it's coming from a whole lot of research. I made a late decision to wildcard, yes, that is true, but it is what it is, guys, and it is still between, I have made 2 or 3 drafts. Either it's a draft with Alexander Isak instead of Kane, or the second draft is one with Kane. So that is kind of my real dilemma. The second one is I could go from De Bruyne to Foden and upgrade Bailey to kind of Madison and other things, but that I'm not considering as seriously. So I'll let you know, keep you updated. Geeta says Captain Cancelo over Haaland. No chance, my friend. Not for me. Best 6.9 midfielder replacement. 6.9. Whew. 6.9 is kind of a very tricky range here, my friend. I'd say Sinestra looks good. Other than that, who else is in that price bracket? I can't even remember any players. I've been looking for players, but I think Harvey Barnes could be one which you could go for. I think Leicester have got really good fixtures. If you could afford a Leicester player, I think that is something which you could consider as well. Geeta says no pool player isn't risky. Yes, that is risky, my friend, but I'm kind of I have a plan to just sell KDB and get Salah whenever I want. I mean, I can sell Kane and get Alexander Isak and replace De Bruyne with Salah and upgrade Bailey to Luis Diaz, or upgrade Cancelo or any of my defenders like Patterson to Alexander-Arnold anytime. That is the reason I'm going with the three premium draft, which kind of makes it easier to just sell one player and change the structure of your team at this moment in time. I'd like to add. Barry says, can get away with the -4 this week. Neko, Andreas included, and Trippier need a Mitro, Kane, Isaac. That looks good to me, Barry. I think that looks absolutely fine to me. But the thing is, guys, if you're kind of taking a -4 and you plan to wildcard in game week 9, that to me doesn't make sense. If you kind of gonna wildcard in game week 12 or game week 13, then it absolutely makes sense to take a -4. Dean or Sessegnon for this week as a replacement for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Honestly, Michael, I don't like any of those options because the thing is, Sessegnon is not nailed on, and Dean, you know, it's Aston Villa in the end. I mean, how long has it happened since Dean's last scored a goal? You know, maybe he can provide an odd assist or two, but I just don't like these options. If you can give me another option or another you know, probable player, would you like? For example, you know, these two players I don't really rate that highly. You know. Writer says, Wiz, how much you've got left in the bank? With this draft, I've got 0 million in the bank, my friend. You know, but I'll show you a couple of other drafts which I have, which I'm like, I've already made my drafts. I've made my Foden draft, I've made my Alexander Isak draft, and I've made my Kane draft. And whichever one I go with, I'll switch to that as soon as possible. But I'm thinking at the back of my mind, I'm still waiting for Paul O'Keefe if he kind of tells us the news about Tottenham. It's gonna help you know, my decision in the wild card, because people are saying maybe Son could be rotated. He did not play well in midweek and stuff. Paul O'Keefe, I'm still waiting. Bucker just sent a message, come on Paul O'Keefe, my wildcard draft is depending on you. So kinda it's not locked in yet, but I still wanted to come here, guys, because it's no point in sitting and you know, kind of tinkering with my draft when you guys are waiting for the stream. So I came here, I wanted to talk to you and answer your questions as well. Shopman says Foden or Bowen. I'd go with Foden. Girit says, is Kyle Walker-Peters over Neko on a wildcard bad or too much waste? I don't think it's waste, my friend. I think it's good. Kyle Walker, Southampton have got some good fixtures. Kyle Walker-Peters is one of their attacking defenders, so yeah, it's good. I don't have any problem with that. The thing is, Neko Williams is just a 4.1 million cheapest defender. That is the reason everybody just keeps getting him, because they need the funds. I think James Justin at 4.3 is a very you know, ignored option as well. Leicester have got some really good fixtures. If I had the money, I would possibly go with James Justin instead of Patterson. Unfortunately, I don't have the money. If he says that Perisic starts, are you going to bring him in? I might think about bringing him in for James, you know, but it's all up in the air at the moment, Shopman. My mind has been fried making these wildcard drafts, but you can be rest assured that by the end of the deadline stream, we'll have a good draft. Whichever one we want to go with. Salah, Trent, and Greenwood out for Kane, Cancelo, and Barnes for a -4 because I have only 8 players. That looks fine to me, my friend. Michael says, what defenders are best for this game week? Only as I wildcard in game week 9. This week, I'd say Newcastle defenders are good. Other than that, I honestly don't like any of the fixtures too much. I think this week, for just 1 week, you could consider an Aston Villa defender against Southampton. You don't know. I mean, Tottenham defender you could consider as well. You know, City defender. These are the options. Not many good options, my friend. I think Arsenal are going to concede as well. I have Zaha too on wildcard. Should I get Bernardo in? I don't like Bernardo Silva. If you want to get Zaha in later, then you should look at somebody like Maddison, who has got Nottingham Forest next week, which is the reason I'm a little bit scared of not owning him. Richarlison over Kane. No, I don't like that option, my friend. I'm not sure if Richarlison is nailed. Do you think Barnes will start? I think Barnes will start, yes. You know, like these are some of the options that I've been considering. Like, you know, like Maddison has some really good fixtures coming up, and he's in a really good goal scoring form as well, and that is the reason I would really like to have Maddison in my team. But the problem is, don't have the money to do that. Let me show you the options, by the way, you know, real quickly, guys. For example, if I want to get Maddison in my team, it's very easy for me to kind of say this, but, you know, ignoring KDB, for example, I'll just get Foden in place of him, you know, and then I can upgrade Bailey to Maddison as well. And then if I want, if I want, I've got 1 million in the bank. I can upgrade Zaha to somebody like Jared Bowen as well, and later on I can downgrade him to get Zaha. I can get Luis Diaz, keep Luis Diaz on the bench for the next week game against Brighton. So there are many options that I have. I hope you can see my screen. Yeah, you can. So so see, this is a beautiful draft as well, which I've been considering, guys. I mean, this is a more rounded off draft, which I like a lot. Even if I don't want to go with Jared Bowen, I can simply take Zaha and put him on the bench. That way I have 1 million in the bank. I can upgrade Patterson to a better defender. I could get James Justin, for example. This gives me a lot of options, guys. I mean, I've still got 0.8 million in the bank with this, if I go with this draft. So this looks good to me as well. But the thing is, whether you want to ignore KDB is the question. Whether you want to go with Foden or you want to go with KDB, that is the real question. So this is my two premium draft. I have a 3 premium draft. I have a 2 premium draft as well. So I have all the options covered, guys. And let me show you my Alexander Isaac draft as well, in which I can actually remove Kane for Isaac, and then I can actually have all the other players, and then I can have De Bruyne as well, and I get to keep money in the bank to upgrade De Bruyne to Salah whenever I want, because I've got 1 million in the bank. So I mean, there are many options, and again, still, if I want, I can upgrade Zaha to Jared Bowen. If not, then that's absolutely fine. But so you see, these are the options which I've been thinking. Like, these are the 3 drafts which really are in the back of my mind, and none other than these I've been considering. So yeah, I mean, by the end of the stream, you'll see which draft I go with. But these are the drafts that I've been tinkering with since yesterday, guys. Let me answer some questions. Ashish says, what do you... Oh yeah, I'll answer that. I got Madison as well. Wanted to know if I should get Bernardo. If you want, you can do that, but I'd say just get Zaha. These are 4 games in London. Rail strikes could be a problem. I don't think it's going to be a problem, my friend. I know there's been rumors that the matches can be postponed and all that stuff. But my friend, we can't plan for these contingencies all the time. I mean, who knew? Like, for example, the Queen, she's she passed away, and may God bless her soul. But the thing is, I mean, no, you can't plan for these contingencies. Rail strikes, unfortunate events, COVID. Nobody can plan for these events, guys. Light Ray says, I like the Isaac draft. Yes, it is a more rounded off draft. I agree with that, but I don't know. You can't have everybody, I guess. Can't have all the players that you want all the time. I mean, you have to make sacrifices. Another draft which I actually made, but I immediately kind of rejected it, was this one. Let me show you. So basically, I can have Kane and KDB, but then I need to downgrade James. Here, yeah. So this is a draft which I actually thought about as well, but I really want James in my team, because I feel that under Graham Potter, I think James is going to be really effective. So these are all the permutations and combinations which I've been considering, guys. And if you have any questions, if you have any doubts, just let me know. I'll answer you guys. So no problems. Bring 1 week for a hit, 1 Bowen, Kulusevski or Saka, or just play De Silva. I think you could play De Silva. 1 week, I don't think you should bring any of them. Shopman says, which team would you go for? At this moment in time, I don't have any idea, my friend. I'm still thinking. Rest assured, I'll let you know. I'll update you, my friend. Be assured, I'll let you know. But still, like, it's hard to kind of say which one I'm gonna go with. Just give me a second here. I'm actually checking the news. As I'm seeing if Paul O'Keefe gives us some news. By the way, for any of you who are considering to go with Foden, the City fans, the predictions which they do, they are expecting 95% of the fans are expecting Foden to start this week. Can't go City, so it's between Kulusevski, Borden, and Coutinho. Any mids you suggest? Saka is a good one as well. I mean, they play Brentford. They're not the best defensively. They do concede goals. Otherwise, I think Kulusevski is the one. Isaac or Haaland captain? Haaland, my friend. No questions. Hey, Wes, I'm on a wildcard. My team is Pope, Ward, Cancelo, James, Trippier, Pro, Nico Williams, KDB, Madison, Zaha, Martinelli, Bailey, Haaland, Isaac, Mitrovic. Very similar to my team. Yeah, I mean, this is the Isaac team which I shared, my friend. Looks pretty good to me. I mean, you could downgrade Ward to Iverson. You're not gonna play him over Pope anyway. So what's the point in kind of? So you can downgrade him to Iverson. Best Salah replacement this week, Kevin De Bruyne, my friend. Johan says we have the same team except two players, Madison and Justin, to Gordon and Sofal. Oh, the previous one which I showed, Johan, you mean, right? Is Emerson too much of a minute's risk? Emerson is fine for some, like, a few game weeks, because in the last night's Conference League game he played at left wing back and Cresswell played at left centre back. So yeah, I mean, I'm considering Perot over Justin. I don't trust Leicester defense, but Southampton's pretty good. Perot has good attacking underlying stats. George, I mean, honestly, you if you want, you can go with Perot. I have no problem with that. But I think Justin has that attacking threat as well, and their fixtures like Nottingham Forests and Bournemouth are coming, so I think you can take risk with Justin as well. Guys, honestly, it's wildcard time. I have very hard for me to read entire teams. Please ask me pointed questions. It will be really helpful. Bakalu says, I have Walker, Arnold, Diaz, Zaha, Sanchez on my team. What shall I do? I mean, the obvious answer is to wildcard, my friend, or take hits to field a playing 10. That's all we can say. Gross to Bernardo or Salah to KDB? Salah to KDB, my friend. I think or you can do Grass to Bernardo, but I don't think that's their upside is there. Aaron says, Wiz, De Bruyne and Haaland played the full 90 against Dortmund. How much game time do you think they will get today? This question is very difficult to answer, my friend. I think it's gonna be rotation time for most of these teams who've got midweek games, because this is a very different season to the normal seasons we play. But I think they will play some minutes, because Wolves is not an easy game. Tony or Isaac for long term. I think based on the fixtures, you can go for Isaac. I think they're going to have similar returns, to be honest with you. Just based on the fixtures, I think Isaac. I have 2 free transfers, which will give me 11 playing players. Do I have to wildcard? No, you don't have to wildcard. I wildcarded because I had 2 Brighton players, I had 2 Chelsea players, I had 3 Liverpool players. I had a very weak team, so I was going to wildcard in 9, so I wildcarded in 8. Yeah. But you don't have to wildcard. There's nothing as have to, my friend. Nothing at all. Yeah, there's no have tos here, my friend. It's all about your priorities. Let me just go back to pick team, and meanwhile let me tinker with my team, and so I can show you my final team pretty soon. Don't want to leave it too late. The FPL servers are not to be relied on, guys. By the way, do set your bus teams. Even if you're not decided, at least set one team, set your captaincy, in case the servers crash. Yeah, definitely gonna play Mitrovic, my friend. Will you captain Kane over Haaland? No, my friend. I will captain Haaland over Kane. Owning Kane is good enough for me. I'm not gonna captain him. Yeah, I have only 9 player pings. That's absolutely dependent on your own instinct, my friend. It's like I would not be comfortable with 9 playing players in this game week. I would like to have at least 10 playing players. If I could go without a keeper, because keeper ceiling is very low, but technically speaking, I would like to have more players. It's personal temperament, or your how you play this game. Trent, Salah, Greenwood to Trippier, Son, Isaac, Mitrovic for a -4, or Trippier, Kane and Madison. Trippier, Kane, or Trippier, Kane and Madison. Trent, Salah. I'd say Trippier, Kane and Madison, my friend. I think that's worth a hit. Yep. Mitrovic captain? No, I don't think so. I think Kane or... no, I think Kane or... -4 hit to bring in Mitrovic for Tony Jesus. I have 11 players. No. I don't think you need it, my friend. Don't force your transfers. Don't take unnecessary hits, Michael. I think Tony and Jesus got a perfectly good fixture. I mean, they play each other. Tony is in good form. Why do we need to... I don't think we need to. You need to take a hit, my friend. I think you're getting scared because everybody's wildcarding and you feel like Mitrovic is in everybody's team. But I think Gabriel Jesus and Tony are perfectly good options, my friend. Bowen or Saka? I would go with Saka. Any suggestions over Bailey with 1.3 in the bank? Keep Bailey. That would be my suggestion, my friend. Keep Bailey. Yeah, sorry guys if I keep phasing out a little bit. I'm trying to kind of keep updated with all the news. If we get any team news, if we get any predictions, especially by Paul with the Tottenham news, I'm trying to keep up, but I'm trying to answer your questions as well, so trying to keep a balance here. Yeah, this stream is going to be a little bit like that because there's so much going on and very little time left for us to make the decisions. Meanwhile, I'm just tinkering with my team as I chat with you as well, so a lot of stuff going on in the background. The real question is whether to go with whether to go with Zaha, with Kevin De Bruyne or the Foden team. That is the real question at this moment in time for me. I think I've decided. I'm going with I think I'm decided I have to go with Kane over Isaac. Isaac has got some good fixtures, but I can always downgrade Kane to Isaac whenever I want to. So that's the reason I decided to go with Kane. Kane has got a really good record against Leicester as well. Pick one between KDB and Kane. No, this is a very difficult question, Jug. I mean, this depends on the structure of your team. If you go with KDB, it takes one transfer to bring in Salah if you got 0.7 in the bank. If you go with Kane, then you got locked in 2 transfers to bring in KDB. So it depends on the structure of your team. It's hard to pick one, honestly, my friend. This is a very difficult question to answer. It depends on the structure of your team. There's no right or wrongs here, in my opinion. But if I had to pick one, I would pick Kane. Because I think Kane is more of a talisman for Tottenham than KDB at this moment. Because I think Haaland has taken over a lot of the goal-scoring role in Manchester City. KDB still has creativity, but I think goal-scoring is gone to Haaland. Abu Talib says, bring 1 week punt for a hit, 1 Bowen, Kulusevski or Saka, or just pay. I already answered that question, brother. I think you can bring, if you want to bring in, you can bring in Saka, but you can play De Silva as well. I don't think it's that important, If you can field 11 players this week, I think you're among one of the better teams, bro. Madison over Kulusevski. Madison long term looks better, but Kulu this week might be okay. That is true, but I think we have to think long term, especially when bringing in players. We don't have to think 1 week, in my opinion. Are you captaining Kane? It's a bigger risk than you think. No, I'm not captaining Kane, my friend. Does my screen show that I'm captaining Kane? No, I'm captaining Haaland, my friend. My screen shows the same. I think I got scared. Oh, Michael. Todd says Michael had the same dilemma and decided not to take the hit. That's the right decision to make, Todd. Absolutely the right decision to make. If you've got a good, like Gabriel Jesus is an amazing option. Why would you want to transfer him out? That's, saying that. I mean, today is Mitrovic's birthday, so he might want to celebrate it with a hat trick. I'm not fear mongering, by the way. Just saying. Aaron says, "Where's thoughts on Sterling?" I want to see him play under Graham Potter before I can give my thoughts, my friend. Is omitting Hesses from the team a risky move? It is a risky move. It's a very risky move because it's like a 73% ownership. I'm playing against the expected ownership. Not many times in my life do I play against the EO, my friend. And yes, it is risky. But, you know, you have to make compromises. I hope Kane can make up for whatever damage Gabriel Jesus does. If you had to drop one Kane or KDB, I think again, Jugs, I told you, you know, I think in my opinion, Kane. I would go with Kane. The thing is, KDB is not that important for this, you know, like for this City team to win matches at this moment in time. I think Haaland is absolutely critical there. Best 4.4 million defender. I think it depends on the structure of your team. I think Sofal is good. I think James Justin is good as well. So it depends on the structure of your team. If you can rotate 2 defenders or if you're just gonna bring 1 defender. I think Fofana could be a really good one as well. Ward-Prowse I like, but the upside is limited. Ceiling is lower. Should I take Delo out of my wildcard team? I can only replace him with a 4.4 million defender. No, I don't think. If you want, you can keep Delo. I think Delo has been performing well. The only thing is they've got a blank this week and next week they play against Manchester City. So you can consider him gone for 2 weeks. I don't understand the logic of owning Kane against Leicester at home and not captaining him over Haaland away at Wolves. George, it is... Yep, you're right. But owning Kane against Leicester at home gives me an advantage anyway. Like, it's 19% ownership I'm playing against, you know. Haaland is 80% ownership, my friend. He's the highest owned player in the game is ever had. Like, he's close to the highest owned. And everybody's going to be captaining Haaland. So when you, like, you know... I'm already playing against the expected ownership, not owning Gabriel Jesus. I don't want to kinda, you know, go too much against the expected ownership. Sometimes it comes back to bite you, my friend. Are you on a wild card? Yes, I'm on a wild card. I'm going with the 2 Miam. That's cool, my friend. No Vardy, Daka, Madison, Barnes for Leicester as per... What? What is going on? No Vardy, Patson, Daka, Madison or Barnes for Leicester as per Paul O'Keefe. What is this insanity? Guys, is this the real Paul O'Keefe or is it Bona tweeting? Just hang on, guys. Don't... What? No Vardy, Madison, Barnes and Daka at the front 3. What is going on here in Leicester, guys? That's a bit off. He's saying Son is going to be benched, guys. Lenglet is going to start, he says. Guys, here, hang on. Let me actually show you the tweet. Sorry if my stream is not that organized today. I hope you can forgive me for this. Just hang on, guys. Let me show you this tweet by Paul O'Keefe. Hang on. Sorry, don't want you to be seeing all this stuff. But where's Paul O'Keefe? Come on. I'm sorry, guys. Just... This is not the way I'm supposed to be doing things on a live stream, but sorry, guys. Again. Alright, here. I hope you can see it on the screen, right? Yeah. So see, he predicts that Richarlison is going to start over Son, Kulusevski starts and Kane starts. You know, so that is what he's predicting. And also he's predicting Perisic is starting. Emerson, Royal, Bentancur, Højbjerg, Langla starting. You know, so Romero comes back. See here, he says no Vardy, Madison, Barnes and Daka in the front 3 for Leicester. That's what he's been hearing. It's not that it's the true, like, you know, we know what's gonna happen here, but this is crazy, you know. Guys, take it with a pinch of salt and don't blame me if anything happens, right? M. Gishemi says, which 2 shall I start? Bowen, Sofal, Madison and Rias. Well, according to the tweet, I'd say start Bowen and Rias, my friend, because Madison doesn't seem to be starting. This is insane. Why is Why is Madison not starting? I don't understand. It is like, does Brendan Rodgers really want his 10 million, and does he want to leave the job? Like, they've got to have to pay him 10 million if they want to sack him. But what is this insanity of not playing all his star players? You know, maybe he's just going defense first. I don't know, guys. But you know, a bit strange for me. This, what Paul O'Keefe has tweeted. I don't like the look of this, guys. You know, that way then the Leicester assets are going to become really risky if you really want to go with them. Whew. This goddamn season keeps on throwing googlies after googlies, isn't it? Anyways, Foden or Kulusevski? Again, for FPL Sum, I told you I would go with Foden, but you know, since Son is not starting, you know, you can go with Kulusevski as well. Who knows? Let me go back to my team. By the way, I don't want to be showing that tweet for very long. I hope you read the tweet. You can go follow Paul O'Keefe for any you know, he always posts predicted lineups about Tottenham. Best defense below 4.3 for game week 8. How much is Botman? Sven Botman, you can think about Sven Botman, my friend. I think Newcastle could possibly keep a clean sheet here. Brendan Rodgers masterclass incoming. I don't see any masterclasses there, except he's possibly just trying to defend deep. I don't know. Let's see what happens here. I can feel 10 players including Patterson and Andreas with a -4 hit. Should I wildcard? See, this is a very late time to decide whether to wildcard or not, but if you can feel 10 players with a -4 hit, I think it, tactically speaking, if you're going to wildcard in 9, then it's no problem wildcarding now, because that will save you a hit and give you a better team for game week 8, which was the same logic which I had used. It's up to you, my friend, you know. I cannot decide for you. But I can give you my opinions. I can tell you my reasons. Bipin says already have 3 Newcastle players. Bipin, then who is the one you know, because Newcastle plays Bournemouth. The other fixtures I don't really like is the issue. Maybe you can think about an Aston Villa defender, my friend. But honestly, I don't like any other fixtures. Any other 4.5 million defenders I don't like. So I'm not going to say anything here. Hey Wiz, hope you're well. Yeah, my friend, I'm doing well. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well as well. Jirit says he means no Vardy, not excluding all those. Yeah, possible. That's true. Played 2 of Andreas, Madison and Bailey. What? From what I understood, he's saying no. Oh, he says no Vardy. Madison, Barnes, Daka, the front 3. That is true. That actually makes Madison a better option. I think I read the tweet wrong. He was right. So thanks for the update, guys. So he's saying no Vardy, Madison, Barnes, and Daka the front 3. Interesting. That makes Barnes very, like, you know, very desirable actually, because if Madison's gonna play further forward, then Madison becomes a really good option, my friend. Let me see if I can fit Madison into my team. So now we're talking, huh? Let me go back to my team and try to fit Madison in my team with like 25 minutes to go. That's always. I told you the drama was coming, guys. So, alright. I've got 0 million in the bank. How are we supposed to fit in Madison here? How are we supposed to fit in Madison? Yeah, Zaha out. I know I can get in. I can definitely get Zaha out, but how to get in Madison? I don't have any money in the bank. It's 0 million in the bank. I need 7.7 million from somewhere for Madison. Yes, Son isn't starting. You're right. Is it worth it? Salah, Gundo to KDB, Kulusevski for a -4. Yes and no. I think just Salah to KDB is enough. Yeah, that is the problem. He says you can't, you have to downgrade KDB to Foden. That is exactly what... You're right, guys. You're right. This is... again, I really want to go with KDB. I don't want to go with... I don't want to go with... this is absolutely insane. KDB is... KDB to Foden is the only option, right? James to Perisic. If I go James to Perisic, I still can't get 0.7 in the bank, Yes, if I like, for example, let us say we go James to Perisic. Yeah, I got 1.4 in the bank. Oh, this is not the team. Damn it. Right. So just give me a 0.4. No point in doing that. No, I don't think, instead of getting Foden in place of Kevin De Bruyne, I don't think I have any way to get Maddison in my team. Downgrade Kane to Richarlison. Upgrade Bailey to Maddison. I know, guys, I know that options. I know that option is always open. To go with Foden, yes, that option is always open, but... it's tough. Because... I really want to go with KDB, because just to get Maddison in my team, don't want to spoil the entire structure. Just give me a second, guys. I have some tweet I want to check. Maybe some team news or something. No, this is not team news. Sorry, guys. Just a second. I'm sorry if I'm not answering your questions. Keep KDB, says Todd. Yeah, I'm keeping KDB, Todd. KDB is not going anywhere, no matter what happens. I'm just still finding a way to get Maddison if I can, because if Vardy is not starting, then Maddison is going to play closer to the goal, and he's really good at goal scoring, these days. So let's see if we can find a way to get him in. If we can't, then it's okay. It's absolutely okay. If that doesn't happen for me, that's absolutely fine. I wish Maddison was cheaper. Just a second, guys. I'm gonna come back and answer your questions. Don't worry about that. We still have some time. Just let me figure this out. Yeah, so... Make a choice between KDB or Kane. No, I don't want to make that choice, my friend. I think Threemium is the way to go. The thing is, see, my logic is, if I want to get Salah and Luis Diaz back in my team, I can do that by transferring out Kane and then upgrading KDB to Salah and Bailey to Diaz in 3 transfers. I can change the entire structure of my team with 3 transfers. I can get back Trent Alexander-Arnold. I can get Salah. I can get Luis Diaz. It's just so easy, with the Threemium. If I divide my funds between Maddison, Jared Bowen, Wilfred Zaha, all these, and then it becomes very difficult to change the structure of my team, honestly. Thing is, Zaha arguably good pick. You really want Zaha and Maddison. I mean, I could, the thing is, next week they play against Nottingham Forest, George. That is the only thing. Any Southampton team news? I'm waiting, my friend. I am waiting for the team news. If I get any, I'll let you know. I have been waiting. I've been checking my DMs. I've been checking Twitter. Let's see if anybody can give us any kind of a team news. Looks not forthcoming at this moment in time, but I sometimes, you just get a feeling that you're not gonna get the news. So Actually, you know, if I can, if I don't have a transfer booked in for next week, hang on, I'm showing my screen. If I don't have a transfer booked in for next week, and we have the confirmation that Perisic starts against Leicester, what happens if I do this and don't get James? Sorry if I'm not answering your questions, guys. I've shifted to a 2 draft, Foden in for KDB. That's fine. That's fine. Mitrovic captain, right? Great. Saka or Bowen? I think Saka. Thoughts on Saka and Martinelli double? I like that. I like that a lot. Sanchez, Trent, Salah to Cancelo, Pope, KDB. -8. I don't like that. It's better to wildcard. When are you going to wildcard, my friend? Guys, listen. If you're going to wildcard in game week 9 and you're having to take -8 to field a full team, I think you're better off wildcarding now. Just my opinion, guys. Sofal or Fofana? I think Fofana could be a great pick. It all depends if you trust Potter to kind of play him regularly. Do we have the West Ham predicted lineup? I think Paqueta and Emerson both are going to start. That's just my opinion. We don't have the predicted lineup. I feel I know that, you know, like from my study, I feel that they're going to both start. Yeah. You know what, guys? Like, there's a real, there's a real consideration to be had. What George was saying, to be honest with you, whether to go with Kane captain or Haaland captain. I think that's a real consideration. The thing is, Haaland has been so good. It feels almost, not right, not captaining Haaland. It's just that simple for me. Sofal or Fofana? That's a difficult one. Are you not starting with Foden? No, I don't think so, Shopnan. I think I'm gonna stick with KDB. Again, I think it's easier if I have to sell Kane to get Salah. It is the same for me if I sell Foden or I sell KDB. So that's not a problem, right? But I feel that, KDB just got more upside. Bailey and Coutinho both are starting, by the way. If anybody's got Leon Bailey, you should be happy because Bailey is starting. You've got news on Twitter. Bailey and Coutinho both are starting, guys. Just telling you, for any, if anybody has like doubts about Leon Bailey, if you own him, you're kind of thinking what to do, what not to do, Bailey is gonna start. That's what we have confirmation from this guy, FPL Villain. All right. Is this your final lineup? No, not the final lineup. It's why I've gone without Kane, just saving myself the headache. That's fine, George. I think Isaac is a perfectly good option as well. KDB plus Isaac versus Foden plus Kane. Yeah, that is the question, to be honest with you. I mean, if I go, let us just see if I go with if I go without Kane and go with Isaac. I'll just show you the draft. You can have a look. You can decide what you want to do here. For example, I get to get Madison here. De Bruyne, I get to keep De Bruyne here. Isaac is here, and then I can easily, get James. Yeah, I guess that's about it. I still can't get Perisic in place of Patterson, so that's something. Yeah, if I could get Perisic in place of Patterson, I would definitely consider this. For example, if any of you is on wildcard, and if you can afford this kind of a draft in which you can cover Spurs by using Perisic because he's getting clean sheet points, like defensive points as well and attacking points as well. So this could be a very good draft, guys. I mean, if any of you has the money, you can consider it. Changing it to a Tumium. No, Jovan. I'm just showing them. I think I'm gonna reset. I think changing at the last minute is not right. Give me 2 minutes, guys. I'm possibly just going to fix my team, for all of you to see. Just give me a second here. For example, if I get... The only thing which I'm considering right now is possibly just taking out James for Perisic, because we know Perisic is going to start against Leicester. But then the problem is next week you're going to have to take him out because he plays against Arsenal. And, that's not the best fixture, and you don't even know if he starts that fixture. So, this is... Oh, George, that's... George, that is fine. Absolutely fine. I don't really tend to go against, against the templates or the expected ownerships. But, in this case, I can't afford it. So that is the reason. One more thing which I could possibly do is I could replace Patterson with Emerson of West Ham. Because I think West Ham have got better fixtures. You can see Wolves home, Fulham home, Southampton away, Bournemouth. Thing is, I'm not sure if how many games Emerson is going to start. If you can, George, if you can do that, then I think it's good for you. If you can give me an update on Emerson, guys, like what do you think if Emerson is going to start or not? That is something which we need to consider, because if Emerson is going to start most of the games, then I can possibly remove Patterson and get Emerson as well. Because I think West Ham have got better fixtures than Everton. And Patterson is like... The main reason why I'm considering Emerson is also because of his game week 11 fixture. Because in game week 11, this lots of fixtures are they're like difficult fixtures coming up for teams, because City are playing, I think, Liverpool. Yeah, City are playing Liverpool. There's not going to be many captaincy options and stuff. So you're gonna be kind of stuck. Mitrovic is the only captaincy option, but I won't have any money to do KDB to Salah. That is true. That is true, Jovan. I guess I'll stick with Patterson then. No point in... At least Patterson is nailed on. Then I don't think there's any point in changing it here. The only thing, again, I'm considering whether I should do Perisic and update to James next week if I don't have any other transfers to make. That could make sense, because that possibly could make sense because, what do you think? I mean, is Bailey a better pick than Zaha? No, Zaha is the better pick. But the thing is, Zaha doesn't have a fixture this weekend. Next week. 10-minute lock your team and hit the like button. Thank you so much, Todd, guys. Guys, do lock your teams. Sometimes in these times, servers do tend to crash. Viz, Bowen plus Haaland, Isaac plus KDB. Will Bowen start? I think Bowen is going to start. I like Isaac plus KDB more than Bowen plus Haaland. But the thing is, Haaland, I think you still have to go with Bowen plus Haaland. Worth a -8 to get a starting 11 this game week. I think if you're having to take a -8, it's better to wildcard, my friend. Especially if you're going to wildcard in 9. So guys, is it worth replacing James with Perisic? Oh, what? Oh yeah. So Perisic, and like booking a transfer to get James next week, or maybe even the week after that. Is it viable? That's the question now. Like Perisic, we get to play against Leicester. He might get an attacking return, especially when Son is not playing. I think he's going to be pushing up as well. Bowen and Foden instead of KDB and Martinelli. I like KDB and Martinelli more. So yeah, this is the last question that is left. I need to set my team as well, so I need to kind of lock in quickly. Can't leave it for too long. Just final checks. No team leaks, nothing. Hurricane captain, let's go, says FPL Sam. He is a better option than Zaha with 8.8 million. I think Madison is a really good option, my friend. 8.8, you're not gonna get any options there. Son not playing is not confirmed, but it's just a prediction from Paul O'Keefe, my friend. I guess this is it then, guys. You know, Perisic or James. I think getting Perisic this week has the upside. Next week, James against Crystal Palace. I'm not sure how many points he can score against Crystal Palace. I think Palace are a really good team. I think they do can score. I mean, basically, I'd want James in game week 10. Perisic or James. James I'll have to keep on the bench. Next week also I'm not expecting too much from Reece James. Because it's Crystal Palace away. It's not the easiest fixture. Worth bringing in Bailey. Yep, why not? I mean, you know, 4.7 million is nothing to... Bowen or Madison? I think Madison, my friend. Will Perisic start though? I think he will start. This game week he will start. Paul O'Keefe has tweeted. He gets most of his predictions correct. He has tweeted, so... It always comes down to this. Well, then let's, I guess let's just go with James. Don't like booking a transfer early, I guess. Yeah, guys. I think this is. Let me go to pick my team. I don't think I should change it now. Refresh. Set the team, and like Smelly Wabbit would like to call it, Zen. So I'm playing Andreas, Mitrovic, Patterson. I mean, Neco Williams versus like Patterson is also a debate to be had, but I don't want a conflict of interest. Like, I want Mitrovic to score a goal against Neco Williams. That's not gonna help me. I hope you can see my team, by the way, guys. Yeah, you can. How do you rate the Wolves' defense? How many they'll concede? I mean, they're very stingy, to be honest with you, Jugs. That is one thing which I was considering. As George told me, I was considering, you know, Kane captaincy as well. I considered it really a lot, but I think we're gonna be like playing against 200% expected ownership. That's not what we want to do. You know, if we own Kane with 20% ownership, I think we're good enough. The expected ownership is not going to be very high for Kane. If this doesn't work out, then Kane to Isaac, and I can change that. Who could possibly replace De Bruyne? I've got 13 million in the bank. Nobody, my friend. De Bruyne is De Bruyne. Or you can just buy Salah and put, you know, just buy Salah and put him on the bench. It's better to get De Bruyne and put 0.8 on the in your bank to get Salah when you want him. So I guess just let me set my team, guys. There's nothing much to set. Zaha's so dear to me. Let's put him on number 1. And I'm just kidding around, guys. Vice captain, I think, should be on... When do City play, and do they play on the same day? Wolves and City. It's Tottenham and Leicester. Yeah, they play on the same day. What are the chances of these games getting cancelled? I mean, we could put it on Mitrovic because we know this is going to happen at least, you know. This match is gonna happen at least, so I could put it on Mitrovic, but I think I'm thinking too much, too far. So yes, I guess let's put it on Kane. Let me refresh my team for everybody to see. I think this should be my final team, guys. I'm not gonna change it. I don't like one or two things about this team, but life is not perfect, guys. You have to like to live with the imperfections. No problems, Jug. That's absolutely go with your instinct. I have 0.5 in debt with that team. Would you recommend? Viz, I have 0.5 million in debt with that team. What would you recommend? Well, Refusion. Sorry. What do you mean you have 0.5? You mean you have 0.5 million extra in the bank, or you have less 0.5 million less? Can you please be clear? I don't understand. Debt means what? Patterson or Neko? If you've got Mitrovic less, oh, you've got less. Sorry, Refusion. I'm thinking just downgrade one player. That's all. Just downgrade one player. Don't don't change too much. Downgrade one player and that's all you need to do here. Maybe downgrade. Just hang on. So sorry, guys. This is a difficult question. Maybe downgrade Zaha to somebody and you can decide later if you want to get Zaha. Or you could downgrade James to somebody. For example, James is not even playing. Downgrade James to somebody like Perisic, and think about it later. Downgrade Zaha to somebody like Sinestra or somebody else, How much is Harvey Barnes? Guys, come on. I'm not even goddamn worrying about my own team. I'm thinking 6.9, no. Refusion, just downgrade downgrade Zaha and we can think about it later. Downgrade Zaha. Guys, lock your teams, all of you. This is 1 minute is left. Lock your teams. Ward or Raya, who to play? Play Raya. Raya. I still have Pedro Neto. I'm benching this game. That's fine. Refusion, just sell Zaha for somebody less. We can decide later on. Just sell Zaha for somebody who's less. I hope I was able to answer. Patterson or Nico? I did. My friend Refusion is just a regular on the stream. I wanted to help him if I could. By the way, guys, deadline is over. Wow, this was kind of insane right at the end. I was not even panicking for my own team. I was panicking about Refusion's team. Things that FPL does to you are weird. Very challenging game week. Let's lock in, guys. Good luck. Locked and loaded, says Zara. Nice, guys. I'm happy you're locked and loaded. It was a nice stream. I hoped it to be a more relaxed one. In the end, I ended up doing nothing. I ended up going with the same team that I came with on the stream. This is the same team that I came with. I know I could have strengthened my team, not having Kane in my team, going with Isaac, but I wanted, when I wildcard, I want some upside. Otherwise, if there is no upside while wildcarding, I personally, I'm not that comfortable with that wildcard. And I like this team a lot, guys. There's a few things which I don't like, but I think that's what the free transfers are for. Having 3 premiums, it means that I can restructure my team very easily. I can transfer my money. Like, for example, if I transfer out Kane for Isaac, I get 4 million, more than 4 million, 4.4 million in the bank. I can easily go to a Trent Alexander-Arnold. I can go to a Luis Diaz from Bailey. There's so many options open for me. Once you divide the money amongst the midfield or the defense, later on it just calls for extra transfers, which I personally am not that excited about or a fan of. I know I'm a little bit off my usual strategy of playing it safe, going with the template. I know this is not a template wildcard, guys, and you all know I'm kind of more of a safe manager. Not having Madison gonna cost you. Spurs versus Leicester will be a high scoring game, maybe 2-2, 2-3, 2-4. That is fine, Sagar. I can't have all the players. If I had the money, I wanted to get in Madison. I tried, but I didn't have the money. You can't have all the players, bro. You have to make compromises. I made a compromise with going with Kane. I have, if it's going to be a high scoring game, how do we imagine that Kane is not going to be involved? If Kane is going to be involved, absolutely no problems. If Madison scores, fine. What is his ownership, Madison? I want to check. Should be high because of the wild card, but it's 4.4%. Let him score. Let him score 10 goals. I don't care. I'm not playing against the 4.4%. I want to be playing against the rest of the 96% people, my friends. Hurricane 18-point coming. Hurricane is gonna bang big. Hopefully, Nehal. Thank you so much for joining the stream. You were on a space and you still took out the time for joining the stream. I really appreciate it, Nehal. The Threemium is awesomely attacking for sure, Viz. The thing is, it's not really about, for me, it's about flexibility. I can get Salah in place of KDB and still keep Kane, guys. Like for example, if I downgrade Reece James, if I downgrade somebody else, one of the defenders, Cancelo, I can still get Salah without having to sell Kane and Haaland. I mean that in itself gives you like such a strong team. Got on as soon as the space is concluded. Thank you so much, Nehal. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great game week, by the way, and I hope you had a great space. So guys, this was all about the wild card, and now I think we're more relaxed. Let me have a drink of water, and then we can do the predictions, and then we can talk about anything else in the world now that my mind is absolutely relaxed. Nehal says it's my love for the council. Well, thank you so much, Nehal. I really appreciate it. It's I really appreciate all of you who really keep coming to the stream week in, week out, and spending the deadline with me in this deadline stream. That's really I really appreciate that, guys, because it's a very crucial time. It's a very it's full of anxiety, it's full of excitement, it's full of happiness, so you choose to spend it with me, and I can only just appreciate it, guys. Giovan says we're now set for the rest of the season. Giovan, hopefully, my friend. I'm not sure how much my team is different from you, Giovan, but I hope it's not that different, because Giovan is one hell of an FPL player, guys. If you don't follow him, do follow him on Twitter. He's more of an algorithm guy, who looks at statistics and stuff, but he's always amongst the player, doing well every game week in, game week out. He's always doing well, so we're lucky to have him as a part of the Wizard community. Giovan is absolutely one hell of an FPL player, and we're just lucky to have him. That's all there is to it. FPL Sam says, I'm really scared of not owning Mitrovic, that too on his birthday. Well, FPL Sam, we can't have everybody. I would like to own Maddison against Nottingham Forest, and I know I'm not going to have him, but what can be done, my friend? Nehal says, Giovan is amazing, is currently in the top 5 in the USA Elite League. Well, there you go, guys. There's a confirmation of what I said. He's always amongst the top ranks, always doing well. So if you don't follow him, do follow him on Twitter. I mean, you could become a member of our community as well. On Twitter, we have a small group chat of like 12 people. If you become a member of the channel, you're automatically kind of invited to that chat. So you could just become a member of the channel by clicking on join for the price of a coffee monthly. So if you would like to join, do consider it, guys. If not, I still appreciate you for always coming to the stream. By the way, if Mitrovic scores against Nottingham, he will score 15-50. Yeah, that's when these players have records on their minds, they always play better. Giovan says, thanks for his very kind words. Good luck, all signing off. Good luck, Giovan. I hope you have a great one, and your wildcard does well, bro. So you see here, guys. Let's go to the fixtures and talk a little bit about the games. Let's see if we have any leaks. Now people are going to be posting crazy drafts on Twitter, so I prefer to stay far away from it, but for the news I have to go. Don't see. No Emmy Martinez, Robin Olsen. So anybody who owns Luca Dean, Emmy Martinez possibly is going to be absent. Let's see. I couldn't pass up. No. Not this. No news as of now. Let's see. Yeah, no news as of now, guys. I'll tell you if I have any news. Meanwhile, let's do the predictions. Mitrovic, again, the record which Nehal is talking about. If Mitrovic today scores against Nottingham, he will have scored 50 goals in 50 games. So he is trying to go for that record. Anyways, let's do the predictions a little bit, and then let's see if we get any news, early news. So Aston Villa versus Southampton. I'm not totally like it's hard for me to predict Aston Villa, because in the last game against City they played well. They defended well. I think bringing in Tyrone Mings back has helped their defense, but I think Emmy Martinez being absent will not be good for their team, because he is a big presence. Although he's not been performing well this season, his distribution and his general play, I think, is going to affect them. I think Aston Villa should win this game. What do you think, guys? Villa 1-1 says Todd. FPL some says 1-2 Southampton. 2-1 Southampton. Wow, everybody's like either predicting a draw or predicting a Southampton win. I think I'm the only one. Possibly I have a bias because I own Bailey, and I put Bailey in my wildcard essentially because of this game. That is the reason. Shea Adams 2-2. Lightrace says 1-1. So nobody's predicting Aston Villa win. Well, if Aston Villa don't win from Southampton at home, then it's bye-bye Stevie G, I guess. James says, hey mate, what we thinking of the free hit team? James, I'm going to talk about this later. Let's just do these predictions first, and then I'll definitely come back and answer that, bro. So 3-1 to Villa, says FPL Jug. So somebody at least agrees with me. At least I predicted a Villa win. I said 2-1. But let's see. Emmy Martinez being absent doesn't bode well for anybody who owns Luca Dean. I can tell you that. For people who own James Ward-Prowse, I think it's a good news. Nottingham Forest versus Fulham. I think Fulham should win this game. I think Fulham have started the season really, really well. Out of all the three promoted teams, I think Fulham look like they belong in the Premier League, especially with players like Mitrovic. Nottingham Forest have signed a truckload of players, but I don't feel that they've come together. As of now, they've come together. I personally don't feel that. So it's hard to kind of see how much time they're going to take all the new players which they've signed to come together and form a strong team. But in my opinion, Fulham going to beat Nottingham Forest. Are Nottingham Forest going to score against Fulham? It's anybody's guess. Let's see what everybody's saying. Todd says NFO 1-2 Fulham. I agree with that. I think that looks decent. Fulham should win by a margin of 1 goal. Nehal says 3-1 to Fulham. Lightrace 3-1 Fulham. Barry says 2-0 to Fulham. 3-1 to Fulham, says FPL Jug. So 3-1 seems to be a very popular scoreline. I think if Fulham are to win, I think they're going to win by a margin of 2 goals. The way Nottingham Forest concede chances, I think Mitrovic can get the better of them. Really can get the better of them. That is the reason I played both Mitrovic and Andreas Pereira. And that is the reason it made my wildcard easier, because I could just pen James and Zaha. Otherwise, I would have mostly focused on bringing in good players for this game week, which would have affected my long-term wildcard. But having Andreas Pereira helped me there. Yeah. The next one, guys, is I think difficult to predict. Wolves are kind of a boogie team for City. If you know, they always kind of tend to struggle, against Wolves. I don't know why, but it's not the same City team. It's not the City team playing with a false 9, trying to wear down the opposition defense by passing them, out of the game. I think this is a very direct City team with a spearhead as a striker in Erling Haaland. I think they're gonna beat Wolves. I think they're gonna beat them 2-0. 2-0 should be my prediction. Todd says 0-3 to City. Jug says 2-0 to City. Barry says 3-0 to City. FPL Sam says 1-3. Wolves could very well score against Manchester City. The problem is I don't see where the goals are going to come from. I like Guedes. I think he's pretty good. Diego Costa has obviously joined them, but he's not going to be fit. He's one of the most hated strikers in the Premier League, the way he plays. I never used to like him. Also, he always used to score against Arsenal, so that could be one reason. But the way he played the game, I just never liked him that much, Diego Costa. But he's back in the Premier League, back for Wolves. Because, why they had to sign Diego Costa is because they signed a new striker in Kalasic. But I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. But he got injured, and that is an ACL injury. How unfortunate. The very first game he played for the Wolves, he got an ACL injury, and now is going to be out for like 8 months. So, very unfortunate for the new signing, and it's a chance for Diego Costa again. Also hated Liverpool. Yeah, absolutely. Pedro Neto, obviously, because I benched him finally. If Pedro Neto scores against City, I'm going to be very angry. Yeah. But I think, see, we all agree that City going to win this game, right? Until and unless something crazy happens. I don't think City are open for surprises this season, especially with a player like Haaland. Newcastle versus Bournemouth. I expect Newcastle to win this 2-0. I think it's going to be an easy game for Newcastle. The way they played against City, the way they played against even Palace, I think it's going to be an easy game for Newcastle. I'm not sure if Bournemouth can score against Newcastle. Their defense has been very good, and I own the double defense, so I hope they don't concede. FPL Jack says Nato might not start some. Yeah, that's true. 3-0 to Newcastle, 2-0 to Newcastle, 2-0 to... So everybody's like at least predicting a Newcastle clean sheet, so that's one thing which we all agree on. It could be 2 goals, it could be 3 goals. The problem with Newcastle, I feel, is creativity. They don't have that creative player. They have Alan Saint Maxima, who's like a runner, who's a dribbler, but he is not... He's not like... They don't have the player which can unlock the defenses. A player like Coutinho, a player like De Bruyne, a player like, So they've got runners in Almiron, they've got a runner in Alan Saint Maxima, Alexander Isak, also a runner, I don't think they've got, like, Bruno Guimaraes is a very good midfielder. I don't think he's that kind of a player who's like very creative. So maybe they're going to sign one more player and they're going to have a perfect team. Who knows? But at this moment in time, I think that is the only place where they're struggling, or might struggle to break down some teams. So 2-0 for Newcastle for me. Spurs versus Leicester. I think this is going to be 3-1 for Spurs. They lost in the midweek in the Champions League. It was a weird game in which I felt Son was subbed off and Conte looked very angry, kind of, because Spurs were not able to break down or not able to attack. It was a very disjointed kind of a game. So I think Conte would want to get back, and I think the response by Conte by benching Son, or Paul O'Keefe predicting that he's going to bench Son, is a big statement, guys. I mean, starting Richarlison over Son is a big statement. Let's see what you guys say. Solanke scores, says Nehal. Yeah, I know you're a great Solanke fan, my friend. I hope what happens. Let's see what happens. FPL Sam says Newcastle 2-1 Bournemouth 2nd minute goal. Yep. Wiping out my 2 clean sheets. It's going to be perfect. I hope he doesn't, by the way. Spurs 2-1 and Leicester 1, says Todd. 3-2, says Barry. Spurs 0-0. Oh, that's going to be a very bad result for me. Lighter says 3-1. FPL Jack says 0-0. Wow. FPL Sam says 5-2 Leicester. And Neil says 5-1 Spurs. This is a game which everybody's finding very hard to predict. I mean, people are saying 0-0 drop. Some people are saying, a 5-1 win for Spurs. It's because Spurs have been highly unpredictable this season. They've been trudging along. It's not that they are like destroying teams, So maybe this is the time when they have the impetus with the North London derby coming up, and may Arsenal win that derby. But with the North London derby coming up, I think Conte might want them to be sharper, more stronger. Leicester defense is so bad, absolutely. I mean, with Fofana gone, The defense, they did sign one player, a new player in defense, but technically speaking, I think Leicester are gonna struggle this season. They got good attacking players, but they're a very like a weak team in general. I think the core is very weak for the season. So I expect a Leicester loss by 2 goals. That's all. It could be a 4-2, it could be a 3-1, it could be 2-0, who knows. So on Sunday, we've got 2 games, very interesting ones. Brentford versus Arsenal. Brentford away has been kind of a boogie, you know, for great many teams. Last season it was Arsenal. They beat us in the first game of our campaign, and then we lost. Arsenal lost to City and Liverpool. Arsenal lost to Chelsea and Manchester City, and we lost the first 3 games of the season. 0 points on the board, and we were 20th in the table. It all started with an away defeat to Brentford. And Ivan Toney posted a message like saying something like it was a walk in the park, or had fun playing with guys in the park or something like that. So this season they beat United. Such a freak result, 4-0 they beat United. It was absolutely insane. So Brentford, you never know what you're gonna get with Thomas Frank's team. But the way Arsenal are playing this season, I personally feel we can go there and win. But the scoreline is not going to be massive. I think it's going to be a 2-1 scoreline to Arsenal. Let's see what you say. Lighter says Brendan Rodgers says they will attack Goalfest. Well, it's good for me. I wish I would have got Perisic in place of James now, as Brendan Rodgers says they're gonna attack. Brentford 0-3 Gunners. I have Saka, Martinelli and Jesus. Wow. I would love that. Even if in terms of FPL it would absolutely kill me, I personally would love that for Arsenal. Neil says 1-2 Arsenal, 3-2 Arsenal, 2-1 Arsenal, 2-4 Arsenal, says FPL Sam. Jesus hat-trick. FPL Sam, if Jesus scores a hat-trick, I'm dead, bro. 73% owned. I'm absolutely dead with the expected ownership. Wow, it's going to be absolutely insane if that happens. Lighter says 2-2. So everybody expects Arsenal to win, but nobody expects Arsenal to keep a clean sheet except Todd. So I think this is kind of the way the game is going to go. I also feel the same. I think Arsenal might win this game, but I think they're going to concede a goal. If you own Saliba, if you own Ramsdale, I think you should expect them to get no more than 2 points out of that game. I think Toney is too good a striker to keep quiet for 90 minutes for this Arsenal defense, especially with news that Zinchenko is out, and maybe Ben White could be out as well. So we're gonna have to play with Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu and Tierney. Not the best defense. Our 2 ball playing players not gonna play, so maybe it's gonna be hard for us to play out of the defense. Let's see what happens. Everton versus West Ham. I think this is gonna be a 0-0 kind of a game. I think this game is gonna be won by a single goal, or it could be a 0-0 draw. I don't see more than 1 goal in this game, honestly. The way these teams are playing. West Ham have been improving slowly but gradually, especially in the Conference League. They scored 3 goals. They've signed some amazing players. They've signed Gianluca Scamacca and they've signed Paqueta. I mean, they've signed Maxwell Cornet as well. I mean, look at the quality of talent. Said Benrahma, Mikel Antonio, Jared Bowen. To go along with that, they've got in midfield, they've got Declan Rice, they've got Soucek. I think that they've got a very strong foundation to build a very strong attacking team, West Ham United, but I'm not sure how long it's going to take for them to come together. Let's see what you are predicting about this game. Lighter says 0-1 West Ham, Barry says 1-0 West Ham, Nahal 1-0 West Ham, Everton 1-1 West Ham, says FPL Sam 1-0 to the Hammers, Everton 1-1. Cornet Scamacca. They need to sack Moyes if they want to attack. Well, I mean, Moyes sometimes in his career has played very attacking football as well, but yes, it is true he's more of a pragmatic manager. But when they keep signing these kind of players, I mean, you can't tell Paqueta to kind of not showboat or not use his skills. Paqueta is the kind of player who's gonna absolutely express himself on the field. West Ham have got a really, really strong team, to be honest with you. I love watching them once they all gel together. They've got an amazing squad. to go along with that, they've they invested in defense as well. Slowly and gradually, I think they're building a very strong team. Let's see how they progress, because last season they signed Zuma in January. Maybe central defense is their problem, but I think they're gonna sort them out. It's not kind of my problem. But yeah, that's all about the predictions, guys. I'm gonna go on Twitter and see if I have any early team news, anything else, some sadness in my. By the way, guys, if you're gonna wildcard for game week 9, if you've decided that you're gonna wildcard after game week 8, activate your wildcard now and bring in the usual suspects, like all the players which have been popular, like Nick Pope, Kieran Trippier, Isaac, Kane, all these guys which are going up in price. Actually, we can actually just go and check which players are going up in price, so that you can go and see. FPL Statistics is the website we all use to check the price rises. Oh, what do they want? Okay, I'm okay with cookies. Just give me some tea along with the cookies and I'll be happy. Anyways, so yeah, so you see Trippier is about to go up, definitely gonna go up. De Bruyne is gonna go up. Alexander Isaac is gonna go up. Gordon's gonna go up. Martinelli is gonna go up. And Andreas Pereira is coming very quickly up. Mitrovic. So if you're gonna activate your wildcard, guys, it's better to get these players in, so that you can catch the price rises, and you can see these players are gonna fall. Diaz, Jesus, Alexander Arnold, Robertson, Walker, Cucurella, all these players. Look at how many players are gonna fall in price because of the wildcards. Bruno Guimaraes, I'm not sure how many of you own all these players. Gallagher, Marshy, Salah's gonna fall in price as well. I mean, if you own a wildcard and if you really want Salah in your team, take him out, bring him back in when he's 12.8. So you get Salah for 1 million less, 0.1 million less. Pascal Gross is gonna fall in price as well. Ward, if you own Ward, oh, this is Crystal Palace Ward, no problem. Who else is gonna fall in price? Doucouré, no problem. Gillard, Loftus-Cheek, Grealish, Matip, Calvert-Lewin. I think that's about it. So you get the point, right? You get the point. Just bring in just bring in all these players who's gonna rise in price, and transfer out all the players who are gonna fall in price. So you're gonna catch all the price rises and stuff. If you're gonna wildcard in game week 9, guys. FPL Sam says wildcard active soon. That's gonna be great, my friend. Nehal says Moyes relying on one player to save his job every season. It was Antonio 3 years back, Jesse Lingard 2 years back, Bowen last season. This season it's gonna be Skamaka. Watkins starts, says FPL Sam. I'm not sure where you got that from, bro. I'm gonna go and check on Twitter. If you have any information, FPL Sam, can you please post it on the on our private group, so I can just copy from there, because I don't see any tweets, any information. I don't see any early leaks. There you go. Looks like Watkins was fit enough in the end. He starts. Okay. So Watkins is starting, guys. FPL Villain has tweeted that Watkins is starting. FPL Sam is kind enough to share the tweet with me. So anyways, it doesn't make a difference. I don't think many people have got Southampton defense, and Watkins is gonna hit the post anyway. If there was a trophy for hitting the post the most number of times, I think Watkins would have a truck full of trophies. FPL Jack says, I'm letting out a secret. I did pick Dean tonight. Well, Dean would have been a good pick, Jugs. The problem is they don't have Martinez. If like Olsen or an under 21 keeper starts, I think they're gonna find it hard to cope with the intensity of the Premier League, and they might concede. But who knows what's gonna happen? It's all speculation. Let's see what happens in the games. I'm very excited to watch the games tonight anyway, because Premier League is gonna be back for 1 week, and then we're gonna have an international break, and again, for 2 weeks there's gonna be no football. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen here. But let's enjoy the football, guys, because there's gonna be an international break after this game week. So, guys, I hope it has been a a good deadline stream for you. I hope you had fun. It was a little bit disjointed today because I had some last bit of thinking to do, and but I tried to answer a lot of questions in between all the madness, and I hope all of you were able to get to the best teams you could afford. Light Ray says, "Cheers, Wiz. 4 a.m. in Sydney, guys. Look at Light Rays is always on our streams. It's 4 a.m. in Sydney and still on the stream. I just can't appreciate you enough, Light Rays. Thank you so much, my friend. I hope the arrows are green, and I hope you have a great game week and a great season. Um, it's my pleasure, Barry, and I hope you have a great game week. So thank you so much, guys, for coming to today's deadline stream. I'm not sure gonna be able to do a stream next week or not, because there's gonna be no football. Let's see what's gonna be done. If many of you are on wildcard, if you need a wildcard draft, I'll definitely post a wildcard draft on Twitter as well as on YouTube, just in case. But remember, if you are on wildcard, catch the price rises and avoid the price falls to increase your team value. You're gonna get 2 weeks, or to catch the price rises. So be vigilant and get the best value for your team. So on that note, guys, I hope you have a great game week. I hope and I hope you have a great time off in the international break, and I see you for the next deadline stream. Till then, take care. May the arrows be green. FPL Wizard signing out. Bye bye.